Hi, and here we are on Moose Jaw This Week. I'm Lyle Johnson, your host, and today our first segment we're going to talk about, and we're up at the Transition House in Moose Jaw because a big event in support of the Transition House is taking place on March the 29th, and Daryl Landry is with me, and Karen Kloss, and Daryl Landry is part of the organizing people, and Karen's going to be kind of the recipient of the effort. So let's first of all talk. Daryl, welcome back. Each year we get a chance to, this is our third year of three in a row,
yep.
Okay? And it's a really neat event. So let's just tell people about it.
Well, it goes from 5 p.m. till 1 a.m. Saturday, March 29th. There's tons of prizes to 50-50 draws, penny parades, door prizes, silent auctions, food, drinks, music, fun, and it's all for a good cause.
And you mentioned silent auction because it's called Silent Voices. And this is in memory and recognition of a friend of yours and many people in Moose Jaw. Mm-hmm. And because it was important to you and to your friends to honor her memory, you came up with this idea.
That's right. Yeah, there's probably 12, 14 of us on the committee that were close friends, so we just thought we could give back in some way, and this is the way we've come up with, so it's all working out good.
And Karen, of course, here at Transition House, it's a busy place, a lot of renovations going on, a lot of costs being incurred, and so this is a good thing.
Yes, it's a very good thing. We actually were finishing up the installation of our fire suppression system and our fire alarm system and upgrading our security, the locks and the cameras and all that. We have been very fortunate to receive a grant through Sask Housing Shelter Enhancement Program to help with that. Certainly there were some costs that weren't quite covered, so the fundraiser is always wonderful for that. And we're also looking at ways that we can increase the service that we're offering too, so by using donations to offer more.
I use the word unfortunately here, but it's not in a negative sense. The services provided by Transition House, how many years now?
Just over 35 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's always good that we're here. It's unfortunate that we need to be, but yeah, it's the community has always supported us so much, and I think that that's really contributed to why we're still able to be here and provide service to people that need us. And
the facility continues. It started off as a smaller building, and now it's grown as the need grows, and so the funding need grows as well.
That's right. We do receive core funding for our programs from the Ministry of Justice, and they fund our shelter, our crisis line, our outreach program, and our children's program, but only about 80%. The difference for our operational costs and our capital expenses and those kinds of things come through fundraised dollars. And like I said before, we're looking to expand the services that we offer, and so we're counting on donations and fundraised money to help us do that.
Yeah, now, Daryl, the last 2 years you've raised just over $13,000 each year. That's a pretty good
That's a pretty
thing.
good chunk, yeah. Karen, the first year we phoned Karen and said, okay, how much do you think you raised? And I think you said around 3,000 or 4,000, something like that. And we said, well, it's over 13, so we were pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that happens here, of course, it's a celebration, but the Dime a Dozen story. Tell me a bit about the Dime a Dozen band that's going to be providing some of the entertainment.
All right, well, there's my oldest brother, Ken, will be in there. My wife, Angie. Another older brother, Dwayne, will be in there. A nephew, Brandon, will be in there. And our drummer, Dave. He's not a family member, but
honorary family.
We let him join in. And he's a good guy, and he buys us lunch every once in a while, so it's a good thing. So we'll be playing, and we have some friends coming along. Troy Downer's coming in. So
okay. Actually, my neighbor.
Oh boy!
I hear him practicing a lot.
I bet you do. So yeah, it's just a good time, and it's all for a good cause.
Yeah, and of course, if Troy comes along, he has a great following of people who come to watch him, and of course, you've been involved at various times in bands with him as well. Yeah,
I have. Yeah, actually, just a couple weeks ago, me and Troy got together and played for a while.
Now, this is like there are some places that have jam sessions, but this isn't really a jam session. This is an actual rehearsed presentation for people to come and see.
Yeah, it's somewhat rehearsed. The jam session, we didn't want it because we didn't want dead air on stage, right? Let's just keep things rolling and get our speakers in and do their thing, and then we can carry on with the night and have some fun.
And it takes place at the Cosmos Center.
That's right.
And tickets are available at different places in town.
Well, my house is one. You can call for tickets 693-4792, and you can leave a message if there's nobody there, or 630-5742. And if I don't have tickets, I will get you tickets.
And that's an excellent thing to do. And so, Karen, for you, when you get to go to this,
I do.
and get to have all this entertainment, it's a wonderful thing for them to do it. But what does it mean for you guys, other than raising some funds? It also has a lot to do with the spirit of the place.
It does. And, you know, Daryl and all of the people that are involved, the committee you mentioned before, you know, they do it in memory of someone. And I think it's a beautiful tribute to that person. And it's brought them closer together. It's a positive way to show your grief, or to deal with your grief. I think that's been really good. And I think for Transition House, the other positive spin-off besides just the fundraising is the awareness raised about the services that we provide, about the fact that even in Moose Jaw, it's an issue that people need to be aware of. And yeah, we're always happy to see other people support that idea, and to know that it could happen to anyone.
Yeah. And the Transition House doesn't just deal with people from the Moose Jaw area, because you cover like southern Saskatchewan.
That's right, South Central. So we're north to Craik, south to the U.S. border, to the east to about Pence, but east and south, Bengoff, Coronach, those areas are all within our range, or within our service area, and going west to about Chaplin too. So we do serve a large area, and it's not just the city of Moose Jaw that we have people coming to the shelter, to our other services.
And families come here, like you get mothers and children, and sometimes single parents, but it's always a very stressful time. And the more that the Transition House can offer a smooth transition to the next area of their life is a really important thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And people can make donations to the Transition House as well, not just of money, which is important, but when people move away from here, they leave with nothing, just to get away from a situation that's not healthy. And they can make donations of equipment, of furniture, clothing, all that kind of stuff.
We don't accept a lot of clothing simply because we don't have a lot of space to store it, and the Salvation Army is very kind to our clients to allow them to get what they need. We keep kind of a record of people that have furniture to donate, and we'll match them up with people that are needing it, simply again because we can't store it here. But we do accept donations here of things like small household appliances or dishes, those kinds of household things that, like you say, when someone's moving out, they're starting up with nothing, and so to start a new household, there's so many things that they need. So those kinds of things we're always very welcoming of.
Yeah. Well, Daryl, what kind of music am I going to hear when I come here?
Well, you'll hear some country and some country rock and some older rock stuff. None of this new stuff.
None of this new stuff.
None of the new stuff. No rap.
There's not going to be no baby, 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 baby.
Well, we could throw that in there.
Okay.
If you show up, we'll throw that in there. And you know, I'm just thinking here now, we should do a little challenge, eh? South Hill. See how many people can call these numbers that I give you, and make a donation. And we'll go against the North Hill. And the East and the West. We'll see who can raise the most money that way. And how do you think?
That would be a really interesting idea. And of course, people should identify, yeah, I am a South Hill person, and I'm
Yeah.
from East End, and I'm from Sunningdale, and wherever you, whatever part of the city you're proud of being from,
Yes.
and being able to support this event is a worthwhile way of saying, our part of the city, although Moose Jaw is benefits it, but our part makes a way of going out to support that.
Mm-hmm. And I guess South Hill would go all the way to the U.S. border. Sure. And North Hill will go all the way to Craik. Yeah, East End's Pence, yeah.
And Chaplin, don't forget Chaplin.
And Chaplin, yeah, Chaplin. So I think that would be something interesting. And please do not call, after 10. You know what that's
There's a story about that, yeah. It's called misfire when you're plugging your phone in to charge it overnight, and he hit Daryl's phone number, and he doesn't. What did you call for? It was like midnight. I go, oh, I just hit the wrong button. So, But Daryl, I've known him since he was in high school, and his family, and they've always been people who are interested in the community, whether it be the high school that they were in or the community at large that they serve. And I think it's a really good idea for them to get out and do this. So I'm looking forward for people to come out and be able to support you. You get one more chance to do a plug here, Daryl, so you go right ahead because you're getting a chance too.
Okay, Silent Voices third annual fundraiser, Spring Fling, March 29th, Cosmo Center. And tickets are $15 a piece, and you can get them at 630-5742 or 693-4792, and leave a message if need be. And please do not call past 10 p.m., and we'll do a challenge and see what happens.
Okay, and that's from 5 to 1. Okay, Karen?
Okay, well, and I hope to see lots of people out there too. We certainly appreciate all the support that we get from Moose Jaw and the surrounding community, and we're just really thankful to Dime a Dozen and to all of those that are involved in planning the event. So, yeah.
Well, thanks. And for those of you who are watching and you want to share that with your friends who don't have Shaw in their homes in Moose Jaw, but they live in the rural area and they're accessible to Shaw or the internet, we are on YouTube, and it's shawtv.ca, and punch that in, then you can type in Moose Jaw this week, or other things. You'll see a whole listing will come out, and that way you can tell them how to share it with their friends, and they can plan to be here as well. So thanks to both of you for taking the time out of your days to come here, and I wish you a great success, and I know it'll be a big success. A lot of good speakers. You got some speakers, some silent auctions, all kinds of things, and great entertainment. So it's a worthwhile thing. Silent Voices on the 29th of March. When we come back, we're going to talk about something else that's new and interesting in Moose Jaw, coming place involving CFB Moose Jaw. So don't go away.